competition and scrutiny. Laser focus is nothing that you can do with me. Got the squad with me and they matching my energy. Unstoppable cause everybody play their part. A tough mind, nobody put fear in this heart. This blood, sweat, and tears mixed with dedication. When all the
they got a couple of players. Don't be surprised if they're in red and black, man.
We leave you in the dust. We come to get you out the way if you in front of us. All the others are sus.
My girl still now. She was working. And so I just was like, man, pandemic. I didn't trust having anybody watch my kid, you know? So I made the the decision that I'm gonna watch them. I'm in there like, okay, let's try to figure out stuff we can do. Like they playing around, they playing all rough and everything like that. And then I'm just like, man, we gotta do something. So I seen a post one day. A post that said, anybody think about being a coach? I just sent a message like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll be a coach. Get them out the house. A couple weeks went by. I'm on the phone with my mother. One day we talking, and I'm just like, Mom, she hear the boys jumping and stuff. And she was like, man, you need to get them little rascals in some football or something. And I was like, what? What'd you say, Mom? She was like, yeah, you need to get them little rascals in some football or something. I said, Mom, it's crazy you said that. I said, a guy just hit me back the other day and asked me if I wanted to go to a team. She was like, yeah, you should do it. I said, I'm gonna call them the Little Rascals. I said, everybody got a little rascal. So I said, I wanted to be catchy. So I said, okay. So I'm gonna call them the Little Rascals. So I started the Little Rascals December 2020. I had about 9 kids. I actually started it with my teammates' sons. And one was Joe. He was the first kid I ever had. Joe's still with me. And if I show you video now of us warming up for a game, we look like, it was like 7 kids. Jazz, my son, was like this big, and they were 3. So I had like 1, 2, 3 3-year-olds, and the rest were all, you know, didn't know nothing about it. So when the Community Evolve hit me, they asked me what colors I wanted. It was like a no-brainer, up red and black. Like it just rolled right off my fingers, I say, red and black, boom. I did the colors red, black, and white for the Hampton Tornadoes from back in Virginia. For my first team, so my first team that I want to coach, I wanted them to be red and black. So then I had to have a logo. So I hit one of my good friends, Rhoda Warden, from back home. I know she could draw well. She always posts her drawings. So I sent her a message. I'm about to start a football team. Can you draw me a dog? And she was like, all right, what kind of dog you want? I was like, give me a dog like the Little Rascals. We're gonna be called the Little Rascals. But make him like look more strong and ready to, you know, play football or something. She drew it up and sent it to me, but it was in black and white. So then I knew, same guy on my team, Gaston. I knew him and his wife had a company. I said, yo, Gaston, can you edit and put some color on this? And so, boom, he did that. So then my girl took the letters, she found letters and put it over the top of it. But they put little at first, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna go Lil Rascals, for the last 3 letters of my first name, K-H-A-L-I-L. So people don't really realize that, but that particular season, they provided you with a shirt. So you would submit your goal, and they provided a shirt. See how much that's changed? Yeah, I had a parent say, oh, I can make these. Amanda, matter of fact, she's with me still. That's Joe's mom. So then I gave her the try next season. Did shirts again. Then I went to a guy I played flag football with. Tried his company. That's with our red shorts with our white hoodies. That was the one we actually won the championship. We played the Bullies in that championship. That was that outfit. We had a little buzz then. You know, we had more kids. So then I always put posts up. And I had one particular kid on my team, his grandmother, they ran a construction company. They actually said, hey, we'll sponsor you guys. As long as my grandson is out there, we'll sponsor you guys. And so I got who I wanted to do the uniforms with. So I found a guy, shout out to Mario Halo. And I seen this, my boy D. Edwards put me on. He's the coach of the Little Demons. So, you know, he showed me, oh, this guy does uniforms. So I messaged him, asked him, hey, how much for, he sent me the invoice, and then I sent it to Miss Marlene. They paid for it, and then sent it back to me. And I just sent the receipt to Mario with the paid. They sent it to me. It comes back in about a week and a half. Came back with their logo on it. And it was just pretty nice. It was pretty nice. And if I go back a little bit, before I did that, I had to get an EIN. You know, that was key to it. And that's for anybody who's doing a nonprofit. Make sure you got your EIN with the, you know, the IRS. That's what helps you be tax deductible when people want to donate and stuff like that. I didn't know that at first.
So you said something on a post that I saw, no daddy ball.
No daddy ball means, it means I play the best players. I have no relationship. I don't talk to the mamas, try to, you know, and let's be honest about this here. People don't want to talk about this. I play you based on what you can do on the field, not what you can do off the field, what your parents can do, or anything like that. Like, yeah, I mean, we're in El Paso. Let's be honest, people who've never been here, there's a lot of beautiful women everywhere. But that doesn't determine, for me, because I'm really about football, who's going to play. So my son, you know, and people can see this, my son didn't even play in the championship game, the last championship game. Because
how do you feel that your past has made you the coach you are today?
Great question. I think it helps me a lot because it makes me, my past is like, that's what drove me. Like, it kept me going. It gave me something like, I don't ever want to be this. I don't ever want this to happen, so I need to maintain and do what I need to do. It helped me because I knew I never wanted to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be honest. Like, I knew I never wanted to be in jail. I knew I never wanted to, I had kids at the time. I knew I never wanted to have to call them, and they just know my voice. Like,
She seems to be your motivation.
oh man, like I said, when I talked to my mom about everything, every little product or shirt, or, Mom, what you think about this? Would you wear this? Would you do? And I know she don't even wear pants or nothing. She's like, oh, I wear that. That's nice. That's cute. I be like, Mom, I ain't trying to be cute. I want this to look like, you know, like, how is this? So but if you talk to her, she just is pleasant, forgiving, and then you got me.
You truly are like the definition of forgiveness, you know, with everything that I read about your father. Like, how do you do that?
And that's a great question too, because it's tough because people always people to forgive, but they don't know how to do it. You know, people always want to be forgiven, but they don't know how to forget. And one thing my mom taught me was, one day you're gonna ask for forgiveness. You know, one day you're gonna ask for forgiveness. And how are you gonna ask for forgiveness if you can't even forgive? And one thing that she always said, and it's in the Bible, I can't quote it because I don't know it like that, but it's like they said, how can you love a man that you've never even seen, but yet show hatred to your brother whom you see every day? Whatever I get, I deal with it. Just like my mom, just like my situation. Whatever I'm dealt with, I make the most of it. Whatever kids come to Rascal Nation, I deal with them.
Okay, in the article it talks about your anger and how you worked through it. Do you continue to work on that today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, like I said, the incident with me being big in the flag football scene now, I don't want my anger or anything to mess up anything for my kids. So I've actually learned, and anybody that's been on our sideline or watch us play, they see, I've learned to just bite the bullet, put my pride to the side, and just take it sometimes. And I'll say, I won't always like that. But I know it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. I know that if I go off, I swing on somebody, I get upset. Little Rascals out this league. I like this league because they can actually, block. Right? People talk about all these other leagues and stuff. I don't care about all that. I don't care about the uniforms or what you get for the reward in that particular league. I care about the teaching, what's going on.
It was the first team that I brought my son into.
The Rascals have been known for like aggressive coaching and they're yelling. How do you feel with that stigma that has been kind of attached to them?
I'm okay with the aggressive part just because I feel like the kiddos need that to take the sport serious. I mean, it's about having fun, but it's also about if you love the sport, you gotta, keep it real. So
Do you feel like those coaches have defended the other kids or your child's back?
yes, definitely. They're both very good coaches. Coach Vic is great. I mean, he's been having my kiddos back since he started. Coach K as well. They're all of them very great coaches. Yes. He primarily teaches the littles, but I mean he's great because he attends the big games. All the games he attends, he's there to still coach them. That same day in practice, I see him come a little bit over the practice, and I mean even if that's not his team that he's teaching, he's a boss, so he's everywhere. He teaches everywhere. Yeah.
This is his 6th season, I believe.
Okay, so you're the one that's been
from the beginning.
the beginning. Okay. So how does the Rascals differ from other teams that you have been a part of?
So the coaches here are all about the kids, right? I mean, you might hear some yelling, but they're definitely 100% about the kids. They praise them when they do good, like they tell them when they're doing bad. It's a lot of constructive criticism. And I know, like, my kid, for example, he needs it.
The Rascals have like this little known for like the aggressive coaching, the yelling and stuff that's been, associated with them. Like, how do you feel that as a parent and as your kid has been on the team for so long?
The way I see it is, I yell at my kid. Why not, right? If my kid is out here to do a job and he knows it, like he knows what he's supposed to do, and he knows if he doesn't do it, they're probably gonna yell at him. And I don't see during the games everybody makes it out to be something it's not. Like they make it to be bigger than what it is. There's not a lot of aggressive coaching. It's a lot of constructive criticism. That's the way I see it. They don't cuss at the kids. They don't call the kid names. But they do tell them, like, hey, you know what? You need to do this better. Or, hey, you're doing this wrong. Hey, you know what? You need to run faster. Go slower. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of constructive criticism. It's not, I don't think it's anything aggressive or ugly. She must not be that bad because we have a lot of players from other teams that come to our team. He focuses mainly on the littles. He does an awesome job with them. But I've seen him coach like other age groups in other games, and he does like an amazing job with all the age groups.
You'll be here for a long time.
Until my son can't play with him anymore.
They just aged up to 15, so.
I know. My older son is 15, and he told Isaac, my older son, he's like, hey, do you want to come? And my son was like, oh, hell yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's from the start.